Saudi, all the big fights are going to Saudi Arabia. And I think to myself, like, no, the big fights that have happened in Saudi Arabia, you're talking about like the undisputed heavyweight championship between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, or the undisputed light heavyweight championship between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Those fights weren't going to happen in the U.S. Those aren't Americans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if Usyk Fury were to happen anywhere outside of Riyadh, it would have happened in the UK. That's where it makes economic sense.
Yeah.
If Beterbiev Bivol were to happen anywhere, I guess Montreal, Beterbiev's second home, that's where it makes economic sense. American fans, for the most part, you correct me if I'm wrong, they want to watch American fighters, the best young American fighters go at it. I mean, that's what made me a fan, is watching Sugar Ray Leonard fight Tommy Hearns. The anticipation between Leonard fighting Marvin Hagler. At one time, those were the biggest fights in all of boxing, was the top two Americans fighting, obviously, in America. I feel like that's not happening enough with the current generation. But how is that going to change?
I mean, I can't say. I mean,
and I'm not putting it on you, because you've obviously been willing to fight the others.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It seems like they haven't been as willing to fight you. That's what I'm saying.
You're asking to see what better person to make that can make it happen than him. I think that he can make these fights happen. He's bringing everybody together. No matter if it happens in America or happens in overseas, maybe in Saudi, wherever it is. I think if anybody can make these fights happen, it could be him.
Do you think free agency is kind of part of this equation? I know Teofimo Lopez has made some news. He's been making this kind of noise and news for years. Sort of has like a love-hate relationship with Top Rank or whatever. But I recognize that you and your father have kind of done it your way your entire career. You've worked with certain promoters at different points. It's never been like long-term stuff. Which, come to think of it, wasn't that much different than Sugar Ray Leonard out of the Olympics. It's, he would do a deal here, but it was just for one fight or maybe one or two fights, and then he would be back to a free agent. And it seems to have served you well. You had your time with Matchroom. You had a couple fights with Top Rank. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're unattached, right?
Yeah. I think that's what makes it easier for me to get to big fights, because I could work with anybody, any promoter, to make these big fights happen. And I mean, that's just what makes my career, my situation unique.
So could I ask you for a favor? Like the show and you like what we do here and you want to support us, the free, simple way that you can do just that is by hitting the subscribe button.
Get the likes up. Smash the like button.